Welcome to Community Views, Community Voices. I'm Suzanne St. John Crane, Executive Director of Create TV San Jose. And in the studio today with me is Jill Bourne, the Library Director for the City of San Jose. Welcome, Jill.
Thank you.
Good to have you here, and you're pretty new on the job.
Yes,
right?
I just completed my first 3 months in San Jose.
Yeah, so getting immersed in everything that is libraries in our community. Right?
That's right. I'm also a new resident of the city, and
Wonderful.
my family and I really enjoy the city, and we're having a great time. Yeah.
That's great. A lot of hidden treasures here, for sure.
Yeah,
for
and we're
families.
we're living downtown, and I think that's actually really fun for families. There's so much to do. So
Excellent.
we've been enjoying that a lot. Yeah.
That is fantastic. Well, let's jump right in here because we've got some neat things to talk about with the libraries in San Jose. Now, I know a lot of residents, including myself, have seen those shells of new branches coming soon. And with the recession, certainly there had to be a time shift in how those were launched. But sounds like we're on our way. Talk to us about the new branches.
Yeah, so I've only been here 3 months, but this year, 2013, is a huge year for the library. Finally, we had 4 new branch libraries open this year alone. So, starting right off in January with our Seven Trees branch, then in February, the Bascom Library opened, and then fast forward to June, or it's actually May, the Educational Park branch opened, and then in July, our Calabasas branch opened.
Fantastic.
And so 4 brand new libraries, just totally embraced by their communities. What's really fun on those opening days, if you've ever been, is seeing, I think a total of like 16,000 people came to those library openings.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a wonderful change in the community, and then they just continue to use them.
And there's been such a build-up for them, right? So we've seen the sort of the shells and going, when is this going to open? So that's fantastic. What a great celebration. And then, of course, MLK Library, which is down the street from us here, just had a 10-year anniversary. How was that?
Yeah, no, I've been saying it was a great time for me to join the library because right in the middle of it, I had a month-long celebration for a 10-year anniversary for the Martin Luther King Library. Of course, a wonderful partnership with San Jose State University, the only library of its kind, a partner of a university library and a downtown public library. And it really is, I can tell you, coming in from the outside, just a remarkable treasure for this community. There's no other public library that I've ever seen that has the wealth of knowledge that's actually available to any member of the public. Yeah. The level of scholarship, the level of resources, it's truly impressive. And another wonderful thing about it is then you also see families there because we have this great children's room and you've got all this great programming, so it really serves across generations.
I love the community rooms there. I mean, we've actually, Create TV, held some conferences and meetings and whatnot there. I mean, it's a tremendous resource.
Yeah, and in 10 years, just one little snippet of information, over 25 million visits have been made to that library. It's unbelievable, right?
It's amazing.
And then about 20 million items have been circulated out of that library. Given that a lot of the collections are research collections, that's a pretty big number.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's what numbers?
Yeah.
That's something.
I mean,
to be really
we
proud
talk about
of.
it. It's on the corner of a university, in the corner of a downtown busy street.
Yeah.
It's really this kind of cornerstone for downtown San Jose. I just love being there.
Now, what does the library today look like versus 20 years ago or 10 years ago? Tell us what a typical day and a typical new library looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's interesting because libraries are changing so much and have changed, and I think usage has changed. But even today in San Jose, on a day that libraries are open, you see tremendous usage going on. You have about 40,000 items being checked out of libraries every day in San Jose alone, and you have 20,000 visits to libraries. And it's interesting because when you look at a whole year of visits, you know that the same people are coming back, but when you look at one day, that's 20,000 people visiting libraries in San Jose. It's wonderful, exactly. And then another big use of libraries today is access to computers. People don't always have tremendous amount of access. So we have about 5,000 individual uses of library computers per day.
Daily. Wow,
daily in San Jose.
amazing.
And given that a lot of our branches aren't open as many days as they should be, that's pretty tremendous. And so I think you see the uses of libraries, that those needs are still there. People still want to come to a physical space. They still need computers and they still want physical items. But at the same time, we see the uses of libraries shifting into really being these community hubs, places for people to be in a neutral space where they can engage with information.
Absolutely.
And engage with each other, right? But also really centers of learning. I think lifelong learning has emerged as being one of the biggest reasons for public libraries to continue to grow and exist in the U.S.
You know, with the bookstores and chains that have been closing too, you know, there's sort of been a, gosh, where are we going to go as a hub, right? Even my own family, we question that. It's like, oh, we can't go to Barnes & Noble anymore, you know?
Right.
Where are we going to go to actually, and the library in our area, in Cambrian area, is just phenomenal. So that it is. I think there's something to be said for having those four walls and having a center,
right?
You know, a community center.
Right, and in beyond that, you know, our website is used about 8,000 times a day.
Oh my goodness.
So even electronic resources that are accessible through libraries are useful. And while you do see a gradual reduction of physical book production and checkout, it's very gradual. There still is a lot of love of physical books, but you see a phenomenal rise in use of ebooks. And so that's another area where libraries will be providing access.
That's
right?
phenomenal.
But around learning, you know, you see the need for multiple literacies, and that seems to continue to grow. So you'll always have early childhood literacy, and we have everything from baby lap sits to, you know, toddler movement classes, because learning sort of phonological awareness and the building blocks of literacy are so important, and so that's always kind of our bread and butter. But all the way up to adult literacy, and our adult literacy programs have grown so much.
Fantastic.
And we find them to be incredibly relevant in this community, both from the English as a second language learner to other adults who are struggling to either improve or acquire literacy for very real life reasons.
Absolutely.
They want to get citizenship. They want to be able to use an ATM for the first time, believe it or not. You know, they want to be able to read to their child is actually one of the biggest reasons that
things
people
we take
pursue
for granted,
that.
right? I mean, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and then you have this whole new world of technology literacy.
Yeah.
I mean, today, anybody to get a job has to be able to fill it out online. They have to fill out a resume, a job application. And also, even jobs that didn't require technology at one time, like working in a warehouse, you know, working in a factory, actually require a level of technology skill.
Absolutely.
And so you have this huge job market of people that we want to be able to be successful in their community, get jobs in San Jose, and in Silicon Valley.
To enable them.
And so I think technology literacy is a growing role for libraries.
So exciting. Endless resources. Oh my gosh. It was great to meet you, and we're so glad you're here, Jill. Absolutely. And for more information too, let's put up some the website and phone number and everything on the screen. So if you'd like to visit, get involved, and check out your library, your community library, visit the website there. And I'm Suzanne St. John Crane with Community Views, Community Voices. Thanks for joining us.